Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 2.7 of Pre-Algebra Math, part 1. Here's our lesson, excuse me, here's our lesson for today. 2.7, decimal operations and equations with decimals. Here is our objective here, and then our standards are over here. Part 1, we have a 30-point classwork sheet today. No points for notes today, no notebook points today. Teachers, here's your bell work for today. Give your students 5 minutes to simplify both of these expressions. Okay, welcome back. And then our solutions here for number 1 is 9r minus 1. When you combine everything, 4r, you move this over here. So we're grouping similar expressions together here to make it easier to combine and simplify. Then over here, we have to distribute our multiplication through there, which is negative 8s minus 12, and then we combine, and we just have negative 12 here. 8s minus 8s, and then negative 12. Okay, into our lesson, you solve equations involving integers. You'll solve equations involving decimals now. Example 1, adding and subtracting decimals. Find the sum here. So use the rule for adding numbers with the same sign. Both these are negative, yes? So here's our situation here. What's 2.9, 6.5 is 9.4. But what is it? Is it positive or is it negative? Well, both decimals are negative, so the sum would be negative here for when you combine these two quantities together. Then find the difference here. So we have a difference issue here. So what happens when you have a negative of a negative? It becomes positive here. Minus a minus is a positive. So we have negative 25.38 plus 42.734. Then use the rule for adding numbers with different signs. So we're going to combine. We're going to subtract 25.38 from 42.734. And since 42.734 is larger, so we obtain the sign of the positive quantity, and that is figured out. Okay, so into our first guided practice here, find a sum or difference. So our sum or difference here is 9.817. A negative of a negative is what? It's a positive, right? So 9.817 plus 1.49 equals 11.307. Yeah. Our positive is a negative of a negative. Perform the indicated operation. So now we have a negative 0.7 times a positive here. So you know it's going to be negative. Different signs, product is negative. And then either by calculator or by hand, you get negative 12.88 for A. And then we have a product here. Negative times a negative is going to be what? It's going to be positive. And that's 41.625 when you multiply these together. And then a negative divided by a negative is what? It's a positive. So we have 15.3 here for C. And then D. A positive 16.83 divided by a negative 3.3 is going to be a negative, isn't it? It is, and it's a negative 5.1. You have different signs. That's going to give you a negative quotient. And that's page 5 on your classwork, part 1. 4-point slide here. Now into our guided practice. Find a product or quotient here. So we have a negative and we have a positive. So what's the quotient going to be? Down here we have a negative divided by a negative. What's that quotient going to be? Okay, our guided practice here. We have a negative divided by a positive, so it's going to be a negative. And when you either do this by hand or by calculator, it's negative 7.3. Yep, we got it. And that is lesson 2.7, part 1. Part 2 and part 3 are available here, as well as solution PowerPoints, quizzes, tests, worksheets, online tutoring, etc. All available at this email. Thank you.